Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Huggy Face Gaming here, bringing you guys episode 101 of Dragon Ball Super Review. This episode was a really unique one. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed it more than I thought I was because honestly, it was mainly revolved around the Pride Troopers. And honestly, for me, the Pride Troopers weren't really that big. I mean, if it's not Topo or Jiren, you really don't want to know about the Pride Troopers. But this episode did a lot of things to kind of mix the Pride Troopers in and make them kind of look good. To start this episode off from last week's episode, I think it was Kale when she did the Berserk mode and she threw all of her like energy balls around. It kind of got all the teams messed up as we saw Master Roshi actually him by himself with no allies near him, having to do a containment wave to keep an enemy still, so he wouldn't be attacked. And that's when Tenshinhan actually came and helped them, which was pretty cool. And then we also saw Gohan and Piccolo reunite with them, as well as a little segment with Vegeta and Frieza kind of getting mad at each other because Frieza was taking away all of Vegeta's opponents. A pretty funny segment, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you don't really see Frieza and Vegeta kind of communicate as they did in this episode, but this episode was mainly about the five Pride Troopers. I'm not gonna say their names because I don't remember them that much. All I remembered was that there was four men and one female, which I mean it was pretty character diverse. They all had their own specific moves here and there. You know, two of them actually ganged up on Goku, which kind of led Android 17 and 18 to come in and help Goku, which is pretty cool because we never see 17 and 18 team up ever since the Cell Saga, I believe, in freaking Dragon Ball Z. So it was cool to see both of them team up. And then we saw more of Kali and Caulifla as what they are actually capable of doing, which is pretty cool because we saw Kale, I think that's her name, Kale, go to her berserk mode, but not it was not really her berserk mode because she was actually able to maintain a Super Saiyan form, so she was actually able to control her power. So it's good that we get to see like some power scaling that she can control her power and she's not overpowered as she once was in the previous episode. But when it comes to those five Pride Troopers, yeah, they weren't really that much. I mean, we expected a lot from them, but these five were not really that strong. But it was pretty cool because every time I looked at those Pride Troopers, they kind of reminded me of the Ginyu Force because every time they like showed themselves or like said their name and introduced themselves, they do like a funny pose. So that was kind of like a throwback to the Ginyu Force, which is pretty cool. I mean, everybody kind of loved the Ginyu Force when they first appeared in Dragon Ball, or other than that, I didn't. I enjoyed the Ginyu Force a lot. So it was pretty cool that they did that throwback with poses and stuff. But yeah, overall, the Pride Troopers weren't really that good. I mean, obviously, it took Kale and Caulifla to go like full power to eliminate them. But I mean, overall, I mean, they're pretty weak in a sense. Like, if it's not Toppo or Jiren, you kind of expect the Pride Troopers not to be as good because obviously Jiren and Toppo are like the top ones when it comes to Universe 11. But yeah, five eliminations. Let that sink in. Five Pride Troopers were eliminated. That's well, altogether there's six Pride Troopers that are eliminated by Kali and Caulifla. So that's six. That's 60% of Universe 11 team gone. Just I honestly don't know who the fourth one is because obviously we know one is Jiren, one is Topo, and the other one is the rabbit-looking one that looks like Beerus. So, and I don't even know who the fourth one is, but that means 60% of Universe 11 is just wiped out. They're gone. So it's kind of we're gonna have to see what Universe 11 is gonna do. I mean, obviously in the beginning of the episode we saw Topo take out Goku and telling Jiren, "Yo, we need to regroup and just like stick with our stamina so we won't have to be tired for the rest of the fight." So we're not gonna be seeing them for a while, obviously. Um, but overall, for me, it was a pretty good episode. I mean, it's not for me. It wasn't the best because obviously I liked last week's episode a lot more than this one because the other episode last week was more action packed. Obviously, a lot of people didn't like last week's episode because of the power scaling, how just Kali was able to tank the Super Saiyan Blue Kamehameha from Goku, like did no damage. But I mean, this episode was pretty cool, showing that Kali can actually keep up with the Saiyans and that she's not such a burden anymore because she can actually keep her Super Saiyan form and go berserk when she needs to. Which we saw towards the end that she was actually being controlled. She was actually controlling her power. It's not out of control and she's not going after everyone for no reason. Now she's actually able to control her power to make sure it's just stable enough to actually fight. But I'm just wondering how much of that the berserk mode actually takes out away from Kale because I mean at the end we saw that she was drained from her power. She had no stamina left. But I mean overall, I mean, she uses a lot of power when she goes into her berserk mode. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of damage to her body because of that mode. But overall, it was a really good episode. Not much to talk about. I mean, yeah, five Pride Troopers eliminated, 18 and 17 working together, which was pretty cool. We never seen that anymore. You know, the funny segment with Vegeta and Frieza was pretty funny. Overall, a really good episode. I enjoyed it, but not as much as last week's episode, as I mentioned. But overall, it was just a good episode. I can't wait to see how they transition to next week, because obviously next week we see that's going to be about Power of Love, Universe 2 fighting. And we've seen, like, in the intro cutscene, it's usually Vegeta and that one pink looking girl. So we're going to have to see where that leads to. And overall, just let's just see what happens, because I mean, it's the Tournament of Power. It's kind of reducing to like the last ones, as the Grand Prix said. People are getting tired. They're going to start moving to like the main intense fights now, and we're just going to have to see what goes on from here. But yeah, other than that, guys, this episode I give it like an 8 or 9 out of 10. Really good episode. You guys, I recommend it for you guys to watch. And yeah, what do you guys think of this episode? If you guys saw it, do you guys think that this new controlled power can actually be rival Goku now, or do you guys think that Kale is still like way far behind of Goku? Do you guys think that it's going to be like a lot more for her to actually keep up with Goku now that she can actually control the power? So it's not going to be as powerful. Like, what do you guys think? There's just so many more questions that we need answered for next week's episode, but we're not going to be seeing Kali or Khalifa anymore. We're going to be moving on to other characters, other powerful universes as the Tournament of Power goes on, because obviously we can't just focus on one universe. We need to look at all of the ones that are remaining. So yeah, what do you guys think? What are your guys' ideas? Who do you guys think is going to be the strongest from Universe 2, I believe, since that's the one that they're going to be focusing on next week? And other than that, guys, yeah, just tell me what you guys think. DM me on my art Instagram. Many of you guys know about that. I'll leave that top link of the description below if you guys want to check out my drawings. And other than that, yeah, guys, I'm going to leave this awesome gameplay of Xenoverse 2 rolling. And until the next video, peace.